interested, and he's asking questions on some of my videos here. She was asking about a killer in Idaho that killed 3 sorority girls and a boy. She typed, "It's been a month and they still haven't caught him." I replied, "That's nothing. We got heads popping up all over Oregon, Idaho, and Washington State." She typed, "It was actually in Idaho, my mistake." Oh, she edited it. She originally wrote Ohio. And then she typed, "He killed 4 and vanished. Do you think this could be linked somehow?" That's because all those heads. No, I don't think it's related. Although I'm going to look up the thing that she's talking about right now on my computer since it's working. Idaho murders. This isn't really my thing. It says experts caution public against rush to judgment as police pursue. Idaho murders, signs a person is harboring an awful secret. Police investigate abandoned white Hyundai found in Oregon. I'm looking. University to offer self-defense courses as search for mystery Hyundai continues. Alright, so here's the thing about self-defense courses. Those aren't going to help you. They can, but I mean really, you have to be prepared. It doesn't matter how many self-defense courses you take if you don't take it seriously and you don't train as if it's serious. A lot of people that took Taekwondo growing up that tried to beat me up ended up just freezing up when they realized I was just going to trade kicks with them like an idiot in a sparring match. New video shows University of Idaho victims walking downtown shortly before they were killed. Before they were stabbed to death. Well, that doesn't sound like a random killing at all. That sounds like somebody who had motive. So that I'd be able to find him pretty quickly. Oh, that one's in downtown Moscow. Says Idaho murderers, residents were battled by unsolved slayings, fear for their safety, seek self-defense training. Oh, you mean like the homeless? Oh yeah, you don't care about us. If we defend ourselves, then you harm us. You tell us we must have deserved to be victimized to begin with because we defended ourselves. No, I think that every American should be forced to be unarmed and at the mercy of the government the way that we are. Also at risk of abuse by the rest of the public the same way we are. It's called equality. Girl interrupted type Lola. I'm here, just internet is bugging out. That's cool. Internet's allowed to bug out if mine is, and mine does, so I'll try not to complain too much. It looks like it's mostly advertising right now. It doesn't look like there's anything actually on the murders themselves, just going into detail about what a bunch of sissies people from Idaho are trying to make themselves out to be. It says Idaho victim's dad says mystery man in surveillance footage, not a suspect in murders. I don't know. I can't really find anything, and I'm looking on news for it, so I don't know. As far as the heads that keep popping up all over Oregon and Idaho and Washington State, no, I don't think those are related, because it doesn't seem to me that these people had their heads cut off. It says 4 University of Idaho students were found stabbed to death, but so far police say a suspect or suspects have not been identified. The guy that I'm afraid of here that keeps talking about cutting people's heads off and putting them in duffel bags, his name is Robert Farnsworth. And I don't think he's legit going around cutting people's heads off, but he does have a vehicle and he does drive, so there's a possibility. However, if I went around believing that every person who talked about cutting heads off was a serial killer who was cutting heads off, there'd be a lot of people I know that would obviously be serial killers. I mean, just in the last month, I've probably heard 30 people talk about doing such a thing, so it's not like it's not commonplace. It's a lot more commonplace than you might think. How many times have you been angry and just vented that you wanted to do something horrible to somebody? I mean, sure, you wouldn't ever intentionally do that, but you're just aggravated and you vent. Well, here's the thing about Farnsworth is that he was very specific about 8 heads. And I'm going to see how many heads have been found here in Oregon. Now, they did find the vehicle of the person they think had something to do with the killings here in Oregon, the one from the Idaho killing. Alright, what was I going to look up?
Oh, and coffee whenever you get a minute. Sorry.
God, they're finding them in Denver, Minneapolis, Louisiana. They found one on the bus. Jesus, they're all over the place. Skull found in backpack near Oregon Highway, November 24th, 2022. That was the woman's skull found off of I-5, found by a prison crew. Another murdersome suspect found with a bullet hole through his head. Mascot, skeletal remains, another human skull that was older too. Here's another one. This one goes back to 2017. That's creepy too. Let's see. And then the ones in Oregon or in Washington. Washington State, 2022. There's one in Snohomish County. Let's see. That one's just an elk. Here's one in Illinois. Jesus. I'm looking at a lot of football stuff with a bunch of headless people in between. I don't know what all this football stuff is. Alright, Seattle body broker, 5 human heads. Jesus. Tri-Cities. Yeah, I'm fairly certain they're not related. I mean, I don't see anything even close to. Most of these folks are very specific about what they like to do and who they like to target. We'll try Idaho. Nope, it looks like Idaho, it's only talking about the 4 college students.
Thank you.
6 of them found in Mexico. Nope, that's not it. Driver arrested with severed head and vehicle was just unlucky. That was Las Vegas. I don't know. The guy I'm thinking of here, he's not quite there. I don't think he's there well enough to actually pull something like that off and actually get away with it. I think he's too far gone mentally for that. He is not able to try to normalize. It's either the extreme of he's religious in God's eyes and blah, 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 or it's him screaming at people who aren't there or people who are there that didn't do anything. Girl interrupted, type, they say the weapon was a Rambo-like knife. I'm going to show you a Rambo-like knife. I'm going to show you the K-bar that Mobley, aka Stephen McMillian, was stabbed with. It's called a K-bar, and it's World War II USMC issue. USMC stands for United States Marine Corps. He's dead now, but he used to be an ambulance driver. He does talk about him here in a couple of places. Or specifically looking for posts by me. Let's show him. That's Stephen McMillian. That's Rick Lee Duran. That's Mobley after he got stabbed. Doesn't he look beautiful? He's dead now, though. Kenneth Hill, he doesn't speak. Mobley again. He broke his neck last year. There's Lana Christensen. There's Bug Out. However, what we're looking for is X-ray. Maybe that'll bring it up. No. All right. He used to post up a lot of hearts, so I took some pictures of some. There he is. He's dead. He ain't a good person. That's my older brother Eric right there. Veronica Randall. Here's Rambo like knife. Do you see this right here? This is one of the ventricles on Mowgli's part. You can actually see the outline of it and how it isn't straight up and down like you see in the movies. You see the serrated edge on the back side of the blade. You see on the front side of the blade how it's got a slightly different color of gray. And of course, McMillian, Stephen A. Thought it'd be nice to have him back, wouldn't it? Alright, she typed, do you think he worked alone? He was able to stab 4 people in the same house. Well, you know, Dino, he was a friend as well. He was like 20 years old or so when I knew him. Dino was able to stab 4 people, or 3 people in a household. Killed 2 of them. Brian Farmer and Jared Wallace both ended up dead over that. Yeah, I definitely think one person could do that, especially if 3 of those people are running, which is what's usually happening once somebody gets stabbed in front of you. People run. They get afraid. And why wouldn't they be? A lot of people are more afraid of knives than they are of guns, because when they see a gun, they freeze up. They don't know what to do or what to make of it. With a knife, that's cold steel. You see exactly what it is. You know it's real. You're not going to be telling yourself, oh, maybe it's a replica, maybe it's not loaded. No, that's going to slice you to ribbons, even if you barely touch it on accident. However, the guy who stabbed Mowgli, his name is Monroe. And you can actually check the records. You can actually find the date on here. It does say the date of when he was stabbed or when that was taken. So we can look back at the records and see if Monroe was in Idaho in that area at that point in time. Matter of fact, let's do that. Alright, I made this June 26th, 2016. Stephen McMillian's own words from while he's still alive. He typed, I did not want someone to get hurt by this man. I am thanking God the angle did not pierce my lung. The concussion of the knife blade caused my capillaries to burst, filling my left lung. If it were not for friends from the street, I would not have survived. Chris King was there. Manny, and I believe that's his sister. Yep. He said thanks to Eric Schwartz, that's my older brother. Mike Camacho, who I hope Mike is still alive, but I don't know. Melissa Joss. She used to be a friend of mine as well. I should tell you about Halloween with her. Uh, let's see, Greg Joss, that's her father. Hannah Joss, that's her sister. Flannery, it's a lady who had a big crush on him. Christine Lucian, that's Christine Buhit, and she's dead as well. Adara Sin, um, we're still friends. She was gonna help me when Natalie first disappeared. You type to the friends and family that helped with well wishes, coffee. Doc did say to engage in activities that encourages coughing for fending off the knife hand to holding it in place. I do not recommend disarming someone like this.
I just said 1 2 burger.
This is who we were. This is what we did. As far as speculating on what serial killers are doing, I don't really know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I've been told that people do when they're trying to get into the mind of a serial killer. That stuff just creeps me out. I can't invest in that kind of time doing that kind of stuff. I can't keep my lunch down if I do. Girl interrupted type maybe RIP. Tony Smith type police initially said it was a sharp-edged weapon. That could be anything. Garden hoe even. I don't know, the stuff that I try to focus on isn't the deaths of others. It's more the reaction of the American people when it happens. Do the American people care? Who did it happen to, and what are the risk factors? Were these people at significant enough risk that something should have been far prior to the engagement that resulted in their ultimate demise? I mean, really, what I try to focus on is showing what I can show as far as non-speculation, actual factual evidence. Did this person say it or not? Did this person do it or not? Did this person follow the protocols? Did they keep their word? Did they do it in a timely and efficient manner? Did they BS me? Did they waste my time? Did they promise me things that they didn't follow through with in exchange for goods or services that were rendered that they just simply did not render their end of the goods and services? Those kind of complications. How people end up out here on the streets being murdered to begin with, and who it is that's killing us. As far as in Idaho State, you guys care about them. These are college students. Their mommy and daddies actually care. The college actually cares. Their peers actually care. So I don't concern myself with them much because you guys concern yourself with them almost exclusively. What I'm concerned with is the real, most brutalized, most victimized, and most marginalized people in the country. The disabled, the homeless, and men. Alright, I'm gonna end this video. You know how we end them. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper. Actually, I should say, Miss Interrupted, do you have anything else you wanted to add or ask?
Yeah, I moved it to 95.
See, this is the thing about a lot of you guys are web sleuthers. You guys get into a lot of this stuff. See, killings of 4 UI students leave mental toll on officers. Well, rightly so. Rightly so. Imagine what it's like for us when those officers kill our friends and then come laugh about the bumsicles. Bad police officers are the only reason I believe in the death penalty. Nope, it doesn't look like Girl Interrupted is going to type anything more. Let's see. She said she was having some internet problems. Well, I got some stuff to try to do. Try to send out packets of evidence to anybody who's willing to look at it. Situations with Natalie Bollinger, situations with her predators, situations with things they did with me. A number of people I paid for help that just, I can't hate myself for the fact that they choose to use drugs. I can't blame myself for their alcoholism. I also don't owe it to them to take abuse just because oh poor them, they're addicts. Thank goodness not everybody that I know is an addict as far as that goes. Everybody's addicted to something. Well, Miss Girl Interrupted, whenever you want to have a live stream with me, maybe even have a discussion, I'm actually capable now of having a live feed and also having a live feed two-way. So you and I could actually both speak if you're not too afraid to use your voice. I probably shouldn't say it that way. I know that a lot of people who are autistic are incapable of expressing that their voices aren't heard. And a lot of times we have to sit in the corner like a wallflower and pretend we don't have emotions, because no matter what emotion it is, we're told that we're wrong. No matter what emotional reaction we have, we're told that it's wrong. Even if others are allowed to have that reaction, we're expected to be more adult than everyone else. We're expected to be less disabled than other people. Girl Interrupted type, no thank you. I just thought it might be linked, and it might be. Also, I'm not trying to assume that you're autistic. You do come across as someone who's likely been diagnosed with Asperger's. Although the way that you type, I think you might be younger, and if you're younger, then you might have been diagnosed after they no longer had the Asperger's diagnosis, and it was just mild schizophrenia, or not mild schizophrenia, mild autism or high functioning autism. Girl Interrupted type, I just thought it was related to other murders in that area. It could be, but I doubt it. This seems to be motivated, pointedly motivated. Whatever them 4 kids were into, it didn't have to be all 4 of them, only one of them. Anyway, I'm going to go out and have a tobacco. So it's good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble. Don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.